Hello children, I hope all of you are fine, healthy and safe at home following the precautions that you have to. So yes, all classes are going on online as this is a pandemic period, so we cannot gather and conduct the classes. So yes, as all subjects are going on, so we'll get into our computer class also. So the first topic that we are going to see in this session is basics of information technology. So in this basics of information technology, we are going to cover these concepts, that is computer systems. In that we have characteristics of a computer, components of a computer system, CPU, memory, storage devices and input output devices. Again, we have subtopics for memory, storage devices and input output devices, and we have one more three concepts like types of software, computer networking and multimedia. So yes, without any further delay, let's get into our class. That is the first topic, characteristics of a computer. So yes, the characteristics of a computer are speed, accuracy, huge memory, diligence and versatile, no feelings. We know that computer does not have a feelings. Yes, unlike humans, computer do not have any feelings. So first one, we'll see speed. We know computers can work at incredible speed. Okay, that speed is managed by RAM. We know that speed will ask for how much RAM does the system have, is it 4 GB or something like that. So next, accuracy. Computers are extremely accurate. And huge memory. Computers can store and retrieve huge amounts of data. Yes, we can transfer from our systems to another system the huge amounts of data. And diligence, unlike humans, a computer has the ability to work for a long time without getting tired. Yes, it can work for a long time, but it requires something like an air conditioned room to work for it for a long time, because it has some hardware components which get heated very quickly. So we need some air conditioned room for the systems to work for a long time. So next, versatile. A computer can perform different types of operations. We know it can do many sort of operations. We can paint, we can do some coding with the help of some softwares, and we can install games. So it does many different operations, not just one. So next topic is components of a computer. So yes, the central processing unit. So in our human, we have brain. So here CPU is considered as the brain of a computer. So it handles all the instructions you give your computer. CPU pronounced as separate letters. So we cannot call something like CPU. We can call with an individual words like CPU, right? So that abbreviation is central processing unit. So sometimes referred to simply as central processor, means it is the main component. We can call central processing unit means it is the main component, as our brain is the main component in the human body. So CPU is the main component in the computers. So but more commonly called processors. So in this CPU we have many components. So all those components are gathered and then it is called as a CPU. We have RAM, we have fan in it, and we have some motherboard. We have many of the equipments under it, right? So CPU is the brain of the computer where most calculations take place. So monitor is just a screen, children, that we can view what we have done, and keyboard is what we can give some inputs, and speakers what we get some outputs, and monitor is also screen that we get some outputs. So these are all just the components that we require, and for that components to work, to get the outputs or to get anything, we need a CPU. So these all are connected, these all monitors, speakers and everything, keyboard is all connected to the CPU. So from this CPU, when we on the power, it gives everything that requires to the monitor, keyboard, and all the power is supplied to the other components, and from that we can access our information. Yes, we know the desktop and laptop, we know that we don't require a CPU, everything is kept in one platform, right? So next, memory. So memory is where data and instructions are held. So the different types of memories that forms the memory unit of a computer systems are CPU registers, and cache memory, main memory, secondary memory. Okay, so we'll see what is memory. So we know memory, everyone will say how much memory does a computer contain. So yes, here we can see the image of a memory. So this is what in a computer memory looks like. So yes, so memory, storage files and folder sizes are all measured in bytes. Okay, bytes. First take the memory input starts from bytes. Computer work in the base of two systems is called as binary number system, using only the digits 0 and 1. A single numeric value using either 0 or 1 is called a bit. Okay, single digit using is 0 or 1 is called a bit, whereas sizes all are measured in bytes. So these two zeros and ones are combined to call it as a byte. So a sequence of bits make a byte. Okay, so bit is what a single digit 0 is called a bit. A byte is what 0 and 1 combined is called a byte. Okay, usually either bits make a byte, sometimes it could be 16, 32 or even 64. Yes, so we know 16, 32, 64. Bits are grouped into bytes to increase the efficiency of the computer. So to describe large capacities, so from the bit, after that byte, after that we have kilobytes. Okay, after that megabytes, after that gigabytes and terabytes and petabytes are used. So yes, this is the memory unit we can see. So we can consider bit as a single digit, byte as two digits, whereas kilobyte is something like a word, whereas megabyte is something like a sentence, gigabyte is something like a paragraph, terabyte is something like a whole document which consists of all the data, whereas petabytes is consists of from huge documents with some 10 pages. We can consider like that. An example, I have given you a small example like that. So memory unit relationship with a earlier memory unit equivalent bytes. So these are the bytes. For 1 kilobyte we have 1024 kilobytes, and for megabytes, so megabytes means kilobyte means 1, so 1 kilobyte consists of 1024, and next 2 megabytes, so 1024 into 1024, next 3 gigabytes, the number increases, right? So 1024 into 1024 into 1024, next terabytes, 1024 into 1024 into 1024 into 1024, so 4. So I told you as from kilobytes, so I told you that bit is a single digit number, numeric number, byte is something like two digits combined 0 1, and kilobyte is something like a word, means like 4 to 5 words, and a word which consists of single numbers. Okay, and next megabyte is something like a sentence, and gigabyte is something like a whole paragraph, and terabyte is something like a whole document which consists of a paragraphs. Okay, and all these paragraphs combined to form the document. All these documents which consists of with 10 pages of document is called as a petabyte. Okay, I hope you understood, children. So we'll get into next, storage devices. Yes, we know these storage devices, we are familiar with this topic. Storage devices are the devices which are used to retrieve from and save to the data and information such as hard drives, memory sticks, compact discs, DVDs and tape drives. So previously we used to have something like floppy disks, after that hard disks, after that compact disks. Okay, so floppy disks were developed in late 1960s. So a floppy disk is made up of a circular thin plastic jacket coated with magnetic material. So here we can see the image of floppy disk. Yes, so made of a circular thin plastic jacket coated with magnetic material. Its outer cover, which is hard plastic, protects this plastic disc. It can hold 1.44 MB data. Okay, so what is MB? Megabytes, that is to 1024 into 1024, right? So 1.44, 1 MB consists of 1024 into 1024. So 1.44 MB you can estimate it. So data. So nowadays these disks are outdated. So we are not in the mode of MBs, we are into gigabytes, yes, which can hold a large amount of data. So this holds up to only some MB. Megabytes is something like we have seen here, it's just, it holds up to 2 bytes, 2 power into 10 kb, right? So here we want something like gigabytes or terabytes, right? So we are into advanced stage, not into MB data. So that MB, that megabyte stage, has, we have crossed the level of megabyte stage, so we are into some gigabytes and terabytes, right? So next, hard disk. So hard disk is made up of a metal disk and coated with the metal oxide used to store bulk of data. So these disks can store more information than floppy disks, up to 10 or hundreds of gigabytes. So yes, I told you, no children, so more than megabytes we are holding up at gigabytes, which holds more number of data. So here this is the hard disk image, where we can find this image in the CPU. We can find this disk in the CPU hard disk. So now we, in every system of the desktops, who are having desktops now, in every system we are having this type of hard disk. Now we are not using floppy disk as it is outdated, so it can hold only less amount of data, whereas hard disk can hold huge amount of data, so which can store our files. To store any file we need some storage device, right? So yes, we know what are storage devices at our home. Our we have some shelves to keep some files. Yes, we can consider hard disk as that. It is a shelf which stores all the computer installed programs, everything into the hard disk, right? So next, compact disk. So yes, read only memory or CD-ROM is a read only or read write disk. It can store large amount of data which can distribute to large number of users. So it is inexpensive and fast, but its access time is longer than that of magnetic disk. So these are of two types compact disk we have, that is CDR and CDRW. CDR stands for compact disk recordable, which can store 700 MB of data but only once. Next, CDRW stands for compact disk rewritable, which can read and write and erase data as many times. So yes, a compact disk can hold up to 700 MB, which is greater than the floppy disk storage. Yes, 700 MB, that is megabytes. So yes, CDR stands for compact disk recordable, means which can be recorded, which can be, no, as I am recording the videos, so we can use that CDR for recording, and CDRW, which we can change the already existing files, means we can read and write. We can copy the data, as well as if we wanted to do any changes in the data which we have stored in the compact disk, we can do it. Yeah, right, we have two types: CDR, which can only be recorded, no changes can be done, whereas CDRW, where we can read and write. So this is something like CDs, we are all familiar. Previously we used to use CDs, we used to watch movies with the help of CD. We have to store the movies in the CD, yes or no? So now no one is using CDs, everything they are using USB drives and everything. So we'll see what is there in the next. Yes, DVD. Next, fourth is in the storage devices only, all this is a continuation. So the fourth one is DVD, short for digital versatile disk. DVD full form is digital versatile disk, is an optical storage disk similar to CD-ROM. Read only memory, means read only memory, we can only read but we cannot write, or we cannot edit, as this is a double sided with dual layer disk and can hold 4.7 GB of data. So yes, previously CD holds only up to some 700 MB, whereas our DVD holds up to 4.7 GB. So yes, GB is what now we are considering it. GB is gigabytes. So as of it is of GB, so we can use, we are if we have a purpose of using these DVDs, we are using it. Otherwise it is not that much necessary also. As of now we are using of something like memory cards and USB the USB storage devices and everything. So next, fifth one is Blu-ray disc. So after that, see here I have kept an image, CD, DVD and Blu-ray. So CD something look like this, and DVD and Blu-ray. So Blu-ray discs are used to store more than 25 GB of data with a very huge speed in less amount of time. So 25 GB is something like good amount of data, means it can store something like more than DVD. A single layer of BD, means Blu-ray disc, can store 13 hours of video, which a double layered BD can store more than 20 hours of video. So a single layer means a Blu-ray disc with a single layer can store up to 13 hours of video, whereas Blu-ray disc with two layers, it can store up to 20 hours of video. Okay, so we know what are the hours of video, means 13 hours means we can calculate how many movies we can download, how many movies we can store. 20 hours of video means how many movies we can store, something like that. Next, USB. So yes, USB stands for Universal Series Serial Bus. So it is portable memory device which is used to store data that needs to be transferred to the other device using USB port of the system. Okay, so this is USB. We are familiar and aware of it, Universal Serial Disk. So next, we can store up to as per the capacity of the USB, we can store that amount of data. So we can take the USB consisting of 32 or 8 GB or something like 4 GB or something like, it consists of that amount of data. Okay, or 16 GB or something like that. We can go on increasing 32 GB. Mostly we use something like that amount of storage. Next, memory card or flash memory card is a, so USB is something different and memory card is something different, which we can store. Memory card is this image, so we can see at the black color, SanDisk 32 GB. Okay, memory card, that is called as memory card, is a memory device. It is used as a easy, fast and reliable medium to store and transfer data from one device to the other. So it is used in digital camera, game consoles, mobile phones and something like that. Mostly mobile phones we use this memory cards. Okay, and digital cameras also we use it. I hope you are aware of this memory card, children. So next we'll get into the next topic, input output devices. So yes, input output devices are components of a computer system through which data is given to the computer for processing. So example, keyboard and mouse. So these are what? Input devices which we will do some operations with the help of keyboard and mouse. Next, output devices are used to display the result or information to the user through monitor or LCDs, printers and plotters and speakers or something like that. So LCD screen is what? Output screen. Printers are also the output providers. So plot speakers are also the output givers, right? So functions of output devices. So here I have kept some images of input and output devices. So here there are two circles considered. Here we can see in the middle which input and output are combined. So here only output images are there. Here only output images are there and input images are there. Both are combined in a circle, are both which can provide input and output. CD and DVD which can both provide an input and output. Touch screen which can both provide input and output. Whereas webcam which can both provide input and output. Modem which can provide both input and output. Digital camera which can provide both input and output. We can click the camera, we can operate it, we can view there itself. We can take the input from there, we can take the output also. We can, after clicking the digital camera, we'll get a image and we can take that image also out, yes or no. So next, keyboard. Here only input functions are keyboard, optical pen, scanner, barcode reader. These are only which gives only the input functions, whereas output functions, headphones, laser printer, plotters, speakers and LCD screens. So these are all output screens. We'll see the functions of output devices. It accepts the results produced by the computer which is in the coded form or machine. readable form. So it converts these coded results into human readable form and it supplies the converted result to the user. Okay, understood? Next, again memory. So we have seen about memory, we have seen about bit, byte, MB, GB, TB, PB, right? We'll see in detail about memory. So computer memory is a physical device capable of storing information temporarily or permanently. So in memory we can store it temporarily or permanently. So we have two types of memories here, primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory. So primary memory is a main storage or primary memory. Primary means we know it is the main. Primary means the first one. Secondary means which is the second one. Primary, also known as main memory or memory, is the area in a computer in which data is stored for quick access by the computer's processor. The terms random access memory, that is RAM, and memory are often as synonyms for primary or main storage. So RAM and ROM we have two here. So here the memory unit of CPU is further divided into two components. In primary RAM, in primary memory we have two components, that is RAM and ROM. So RAM access memory is to take care of intermediate storage of data while working on a computer system and another. So next, read only memory. So read only memory is to keep the essential instructions written and stored by the manufacturer to load operating. Okay, so system and take care of basic input and output operations, also referred as BIOS, that is basic input output systems. So RAM is an intermediate storage, that is random access memory or data which is working on a system and another, whereas ROM, essential instructions written and stored by the manufacturer to load the operating. So in ROM where the manufacturer stores some data which can be used by us, whereas RAM, that is intermediate storage, that is which depends the whole working of the system on the RAM, the whole speed. Okay, next, it is also storage of data working on computer and another. So systems that take care of basic input output operations are BIOS. Okay, it takes of ROMs takes care of input output operations. So next, here we can see in primary we have RAM and ROM, whereas in secondary memory we have hard disk, DVDs and so on, something like that. Okay, here also RAM and ROM. Here we can see ROM, how it looks like, ROM pin, and this is RAM slot. Next, storage. Secondary memory is where programs and data are kept on a long-term basis. Common secondary storage devices are the hard disk and optical disk. The hard disk has enormous storage capacity compared to main memory. So the hard disk is usually contained inside the case of a computer. So firstly we have here seen two memories, that is primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory which consists of RAM and ROM, and secondary memory which consists of hard disk and something like that. Okay,